Okay, hello everyone, welcome to the free review lesson. In this lesson, we're going to review everything that we've done in the second Romanian course for beginners. So the people who are in here, yes, Sashi, I see that you have an issue with your microphone. No worries, it's okay. So the people who are in this, well, meaning Michele mainly, have done 20 hours of class so far. So these are some things that you would normally know after 20 hours of Romanian class. Still a beginner though, still A1.1. So in order to get to A1.2, you need to have 30 something hours. That's approximately the amount of work necessary. So we are still at the very beginners level. So I hope this will be easy for you and I hope you will learn something useful. So I'm going to share a whiteboard now where I will be taking notes. And Michele, I'm counting on you to collaborate with me. I know that you have a lot of knowledge, so you will be able to answer a lot of questions easily.
I'm happy. I hope so. You know, sometimes I get depressed because I make always the same mistakes.
But it's normal. It's okay to make.
I know. I still get depressed. That's normal too.
I've been studying English since I was 7 years old and I still make mistakes in English. So it never ends. You can make mistakes in your native language too.
You
There is
do.
no end.
We do because Swiss German is slightly different to High German, and we do all the times. I mean, the Germans, they laugh about us. But
Yes.
it doesn't matter. It's how it is.
Okay, so the first theme is prepositions of place. So how do you express yourself when you want to place objects in space? So let's do a quick review of these prepositions. For example, how to say on. Like, let's say the flower is on the table.
Pay.
Yes.
On
pay.
the table. Pay.
On. So how do you say the flower is on the table?
Floare sunt pe masă.
If it's just one, then it's going to be este, yeah?
Floarea este.
Floarea. Floarea este pe masă. How would you say în? Oh, I spoiled it. How do you say in?
In. It's in with the E-E-N.
In.
Bless you.
Yes. So.
Sănătate.
Mulțumesc. So it's very similar to English. In is un. The only difference is that you add a diacritic. Yes. Yeah. Un. In. So how would you say I am in the house?
Sunt în casă.
Sunt în casă.
Eu sunt în casă.
Yes, exactly. So you could say eu sunt în casă or generally sunt în casă. It doesn't make any difference because it still means I am. How would you say next to or near?
Lângă.
Lângă. Oh, yes. Lângă. So see, this word has two diacritics, u and a. Lângă. Near or next to. So how would you say the house is next to the hotel?
Casa este lângă hotel.
Casa este lângă hotel. How do you say between?
Între.
With a in the beginning. Yeah? Între. That's between. So let's see, what could be between what? How would you say she is between the window and the door?
Ea este între ușa și, and you said window.
Yes.
And I don't know, the fenestra, something like
Very
that.
similar. Fereastra.
Fereastra, exactly.
Yes, so she's between the door and the window. Yeah, yes. Oh, wait, I forgot to write entre. She's not the door and the window, she's between the door and the window. Okay, Eva is joining us. Yay. Bună, Eva.
Bună.
Long time no see. She's still connecting to audio now. So how do you say under?
Sub.
Sub. So how do you say the dog is under the table?
Câine este sub maș. Câinele. Do you have to make it otorat?
So that le in the end is a definite article. We're going to do this in the next session. Hi, Eva.
Hi.
Wow, so nice to have you here.
Sorry, I had some technical problems somehow.
Okay, so we begin by reviewing the prepositions of place, like how to say on, in, between, under, next to. Do you remember these, Eva? Like pe, în, lângă, între, sub.
When you are telling them, I do know what they mean, you know.
Okay, so you do have a memory of that. It's
yes,
good that
I have used Romanian over the years, but not like that well with grammar, you know.
Yeah. It's okay, you will remember a lot. So Eva studied Romanian 8 years ago.
Okay.
It's been a while.
I have just a little question about the câinele. If I say câine este sub mașă, I mean a dog is under the table. If I say câinele, I mean the special dog, a definite
so
dog.
you have it like this. Un câine, that's a dog.
Yeah.
So if you want to say a dog is under the table, as in any dog, un câine este sub masă. Okay. Yeah, so you need that indefinite article un. If you want to say the dog, then it's câinele. Câinele. Okay. And that le at the end is a definite article. It means the. Yeah, the dog.
Yep. Thank you.
Yeah. Yay, Katie's joining us. Hi, Katie. Welcome.
Hi, sorry, I had massive connection problems. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, yep. Very well.
Good.
Hi, Katie.
Hi. So we started by reviewing the prepositions of place. It's the ones that you see here. And we're moving on to the second theme already, which is how to say nothing and nobody. And the double negative. You remember that one?
Yep.
So Katie, can you say nothing in Romanian?
Is it Nimik?
Almost. Bună, Joey. How do you say nothing in Romanian, Joey?
Nimeni.
That's nobody.
It's Nimik, I think.
Yes, and Nimik is nothing. Right. So Nimik and nimeni. How do you say there is nobody there?
Nu este nimic?
Nobody. Nimik is nothing.
Nu este nimeni.
Yes, nu este nimeni. And what is the word for there?
Acolo?
Yes, Eva.
I do something, you know.
Nu este nimeni acolo. How would you say there is nothing on the table?
Nu este nimic pe masă?
Da, nu este nimic pe masă. What is the opposite of nimic? Something. How do you say something? This is something that we did. Now that's this.
Altceva?
That's something else. You're very close, Eva.
Eva.
Ceva, yes. So ceva, that's something. And how do you say someone? Joey, do you know how to say someone?
Currently, I'm drawing blanks.
Okay, Michele,
Oh, I don't know.
this is something that we did actually in the first module when we did the question words. We said, ceva, what? Something. Unde? Undeva, where?
Undeva.
Somewhere. So then if I ask,
Cineva. Cineva.
yes, yes, see, it's all very logical. So you take the question word and you add va at the end, and it means like something, somewhere, someone, sometime.
Yeah.
Cineva. Yes. So now you have, so how would you ask, is there somebody in, I don't know, in the room?
Este cineva în cameră.
În cameră. Yeah, and somebody might answer, nu e nimeni acolo. How about, is there something on the table?
Este ceva pe masă.
Este ceva pe masă?
Masă. Masă.
Yes, exactly. So in this case, you don't need a definite article. Este ceva pe masă? Nu este nimic pe masă. All right, so these were the last themes of the first unit, and now we're moving to the next one. Let's see if I can save this, and I will share it with you later. And I'm going to start a new note. Okay. So the first subject in Unit 2, that would be subject 3 for us, is numerele, the numbers. So let's do a very quick review of the numbers. Can you each tell me a number? So the order is like this: Michele, Eva, Joey, and Katie. Michele, you can say 1, Eva 2, Joey 3, Katie 4, and then go back. Does this make sense?
Yep.
Okay, Michele, you can start.
1.
Eva. 2. 3, yes. Katie.
4.
Michele.
5. 5.
Yes. Eva.
6.
Joey.
7.
8.
Yes, this is nice. So fast.
9.
Yes. Eva. 10.
11.
Yes.
Those-
And now, Joey, you have a more difficult task because I'm also going to ask you to tell me the informal version.
11.
Yes, nice. 11.
12.
Yes.
12.
12.
12.
13.
13.
13. 13. 13. Ne 3.
Yes.
3.
From 3. Yeah.
3.
Eva.
14.
This time it's changes, so you don't take patru, you shorten it. So instead of patru, we have pai.
14.
14. And the short version would be
14.
14.
15 și 15.
15. Katie.
16. 16.
16. Michele.
17.
17.
17. 17. 17.
That's a very ambitious shortening, but it's a bit too much. 17.
17. Oh.
Yes. Eva.
18.
And
18.
yes, obszpe. Obszpe, or some people even say obtuszpe. This sounds pretty ugly, but this is how it is. Joey
19.
and
19.
Noashpe. Katie.
20. 20.
Yes. Why? Because it's 2 times 10, and then we put the word for 10 in plural. See? You have zece and then 20. So that e at the end turns to e. Okay, let's go on until 30. Michele.
30.
Well, until 30. So how do you say 21? I'm asking you because these also have
sorry.
informal versions.
21.
21. And what is the informal way of saying it?
I don't know.
21. Yeah?
21.
So take note that this spelling is not the official one. I'm just trying to put into writing how people actually pronounce it. You will never find this in a dictionary, 21, written like this. Okay, Eva.
22.
Mm-hmm.
22.
Almost. 22. Sometimes that sh is pronounced like a zh, like 22. It depends on the person. It's not official, so people can change it. Joey.
23.
Yes, and it,
23.
23.
24. 24.
Mm-hmm.
25. 25.
Mm-hmm. 25.
26.
Mm-hmm. And
26.
yes. Oops, 26. Not 6 eggs. 26. See, because shase begins with a sh, I didn't add an extra sh because it gets merged.
27. 27.
Mm-hmm. 27. Katie?
28. 28. 28.
Yes, 28.
29.
Mm-hmm.
29.
Yeah. No. This is a case where you can hear the zh really loud with some people. No. Some people pronounce it like that. Again, I want to stress that you will never find it written like that officially. Okay, now we go from 10 to 10 until 100. So this is
30.
mm-hmm. Joey?
40.
50.
Yes, so we spell it cinci, but the way people actually pronounce it is cinzeci. Yeah. So usually when you have this chi repeating itself, people skip one. Like 15, they will actually say 15. So even for the official version, they still shorten it when they pronounce it.
60.
Mm-hmm. Eva?
60.
Mm-hmm. Joey?
80.
People will pronounce this 80. Yeah. Instead of 80, many people will just pronounce it 80. Yes. 90. And this is
100. 100.
100. Yes. And this
101.
And let's say this one
157.
it's not 7. It's the one.
6.
Yes.
6.
And 50 will mostly be pronounced like here 50, 156. How about this?
200.
And this?
1000.
1000. This?
1001.
1001. And this?
2000.
It's feminine, so it's doa.
Doa-mi.
Me. See? I don't know if we did this in class, but it's interesting. 1 million is
1 miljard.
1 million. And 2 million?
2 miljard.
2 million. Yes. Okay. So these are the numbers. Phew. Now the question is, how do we use the numbers correctly when counting things? So for example, how would you say he is 19 years old?
El are 90.
Ooh, that's very old.
I don't. El are 90 ani.
No, that is 90.
Ah. 19 ani.
Da, 19 ani. How would you say she is 20?
Ea are 20 de ani.
Oh, what happened? What did I do? Okay, let's just try to read this. Oh, no. I'm sorry. Oh no, what did I do?
Oops.
Okay, so I'll save this and then try to open one again. Oh, I deleted this. No. Okay, so still a bit clumsy with this. So can you tell me again?
El are 19 ani. Ea
Yes,
are 20 de ani.
Yes. Okay, so everything that is from 1 to 19 receives the de. Sorry, is without de. And everything that is between 20 and 99 receives a de. But how would you say we have 100 books?
Noi avem 100 de carte.
De cărți. Avem 100 de cărți. But what if we have 101?
Noi avem 101 cărți. Resets.
Yes. Yes. Reset. And they have 120 books? Michele, how would you say this? Michele?
Yeah. Sorry.
How do you say they have 120 books? Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ele au.
Yay or ele au?
Ele au o 120
Zeci.
de cărți.
Exactly. 120 de cărți. So it resets. It doesn't matter how big the number is. If it ends in 0 to 19, then you don't use that. And if it ends in like from 20 on to 99, then you use that.
I have one question regarding 100.
Yes, so for 100 you use the.
Okay.
Because you consider that it ends in 0.
Okay. Got it.
Bine. And now we have some questions about people. I'm going to start a new page. This is subject number 4. Questions and answers about people. So how can you ask and answer some very simple questions? So let's say, Michele, how would you ask someone, what country are you from?
De unde ești? Where are you from?
Yes, and how about if you want to be specific to the country?
De ce țară ești?
Almost. What is the first word? Because if you say de ce, it means of what or why. How do you say from?
De.
Din.
Din ce?
Din ce țară ești?
Ești.
So, Eva, tu din ce țară ești?
Sunt din Letonia.
Da, you remember the special word for...
It's the same in Spanish, you know.
Okay, good. I'm glad we're not the only weirdos who completely changed the name. How would you ask someone, Eva, what phone number do you have? Do you remember the word for phone number? It's actually 3 words. Number of phone.
Numere de telefon.
Yes, număr de telefon.
Număr de telefon.
What is your phone number? Literally, what phone number do you have? That's how we ask it.
Ce număr de telefon? De telefon.
How do you say you have? 2 letters.
Ai?
Ce număr de telefon ai? How would you ask someone, what is your address? Literally, what address do you have? Joe?
Ce adresă ai?
Yes. Ce adresă ai? How about, what is your name? Joey, can you tell us?
Cum este numele tău?
That is, how is your name? Like, my name is doing fine, thank you.
Ce este numele tău?
What is your name? My name is a very special word that represents my identity.
Cum te cheamă?
Yes, you could say cum te cheamă. Very simple. Literally, how do they call you? Or
Cum te numești?
te numești. Or you could ask, care e numele tău? There's so many different questions. Cum te cheamă? How do they call you? Cum tu te numești? How do you name yourself? Care e numele tău? What is your name? Okay.
Can I also say care număr de telefon ai? Care adresă ai?
That is only if you are looking at the list of phone numbers
Okay.
and you don't know which one
Which one?
is yours. Yeah, so care e numărul tău? Which one of these?
Of these. Yep.
So care is usually when you have a choice. Not in the case of the name, but usually when you ask a question about care, then it's about choosing between more options.
Yep.
Katie, how would you ask someone from what city are you?
Din ce oraș ești?
Ești. Din ce oraș ești? And Michele, how do you ask someone, how old are you?
Ce vârstă ai?
Yes, that's what age do you have?
What age?
Vârsta is a word for age. Ce vârstă ai? And Eva, I think you were thinking about something.
No, I don't remember. Câți ani ai?
Yes, câți ani ai? Literally, how many years do you have? It sounds a bit gloomy in English because you think how many years do you have left in your life? But in Romanian, it means how many years do you have behind you? Yeah. So how would we put these in different persons? For example, Michele, how would you say she is from England?
Ea este din Anglia.
Ea e din Anglia. Or este din Anglia. How would you say my phone number? Eva or Joey, my phone number.
Numărul meu este bla bla bla.
So numărul meu de telefon este, and then you give it. How would you say your phone number?
Numărul tău.
Numărul. So who is you, and you need to change you to your, so make it a possessive.
Al.
Oh. Numărul tău. That's your. Numărul tău de telefon este. This is all we'll do with possessives for now. We'll take care of that later. All right. How would you say I am Dutch?
Eu sunt olandez.
Eu sunt olandez. Katie, how would you say I am English?
Eu sunt englezoaică.
And Eva, do you know how to say I am Latvian?
Eu sunt letonă. Letoniană?
Da, cred că da. I'm not sure. Da, letonă. Okay. It's so complicated with this. And Michele, how would you say I'm Swiss?
Eu sunt elvețian. Elvețian.
Yes, and how would you say you are Romanian? You're talking to me and you say you are Romanian.
Tu ești român? Nu.
Tu ești
I am not
româncă.
a guy.
Româncă.
Yes.
Româncă.
Româncă. Tu ești româncă. Right. And there are many other nationalities that you can have. So I suggest that for the test, you really review these nationalities and know how to say Romanian, Brazilian, Ukrainian, Turkish, Bulgarian, and so on, everything that's in the book. So how would you ask someone, where are you now?
Unde ești acum?
Unde ești? You can say acuma, that's informal. Acuma is the informal for acum. And Joey, how would you answer, I'm not on holiday, unfortunately?
Nu sunt în vacanță?
Nu sunt în vacanță. Do you remember how to ask someone, what do you work? What is to work?
Lucrează.
Yes, so you have a lucra, that's to work. And how would you say I work?
Eu lucrez.
And you work?
Tu lucrezi.
And then he or she, it's what you said earlier, Eva?
Lucrează.
Lucrează. And we work?
Noi lucrăm. Lucrăm. Lucrăm.
Noi lucrăm. And voi?
Lucrați.
Lucrați. And ei, ele?
Lucrezi.
It's like Elia in this case. Lucrează. Yeah, so this is a verb to work. Let's make a bit more room here. Okay, so how would you ask someone, what do you work? As in, what's your job? What do you do?
În ce? Lucrează.
Ce lucrezi? Yes, it's lucrez because I'm talking to you. It's the second person. So who would like to answer this question? Ce lucrezi? How would you reply?
Eu lucrez la birou.
Yes, I work at the office. That's still very mysterious because you don't tell us what you're actually doing. You could be doing anything. We're going to do the jobs later. Just the general information, you could say sunt manager, sunt antreprenor. Yes, that's your case, Michele. Tu ești antreprenor, you're an entrepreneur. Or sunt profesoară, eu sunt profesoară. Or I could say lucrez ca profesoară. Yeah, I work as a teacher. Yeah, so that ca means as. Ca and că can mean many different things in Romanian. In this context, it means as. How would you say, are you a student?
Ești student.
Ești student. And if you're talking to a girl?
Student.
Yes, studenta. And how would someone say, I'm not a student anymore? What is that word for anymore? It's the same as for more in Romanian. More and anymore are the same word.
Nu mai este student?
Yes, nu mai. And if it's about me?
Studenta.
No, the verb.
Nu mai sunt studenta.
Mai sunt student or nu mai sunt studentă. Yeah, so nu mai, that's not anymore. And if you want to ask someone, are you still a student? That might can also mean still, yeah? and you begin with it. So you'd ask, mai ești student? Are you still a student? Nu mai sunt. I'm not anymore. Okay, now let's say you need to fill in a form. And the form says name, surname, country, and so on. How do you say name?
Numele.
Numele.
That's the name. So just nume.
Nume.
How do you say given name?
Prenume.
Yes, prenume. So another word for nume is nume de familie. Yeah, family name. And prenume is the given name. Country is
Țară.
țară. Citizenship. How do you say citizenship?
Cetățenie.
Cetățenie. Age, Michele, you know this?
Vârsta.
Vârstă. Address.
Adresa.
Adresa.
Adresa. Phone.
Numărul de telefon.
Yes.
Număr de telefon.
They will probably just write telephone or tel. Yeah. This is what you find in forms. Tel stands for telephone. All right. So these are some things that you can ask people for very simple information. Good. Moving on to subject number 5. We're going through this really fast because I don't want to hold you too long. The verb to have. Do you remember how to say to have?
Avea.
Avea.
To have, yes. Plus need, want. So we have a avea. That's to have. And let's do a conjugation really quick. So you can start, Michele. How do you say I have?
Eu am.
Eva, you have?
Tu
I.
Tu
Remember,
ai.
câți ani ai? It's like that. How many years do you have? Câți ani ai? To I, you have. Joey. He or she has.
Avem.
No, that's for us. We have.
Aveți.
No, that's you. That's plural.
Are.
Are.
Oh.
El, ea are. So, Joey, how do you say we have?
Avem.
Yes, that's it. Noi avem. And Katie, you plural have?
Voi aveți.
Voi aveți. And Michele, they have?
Ei, ele au.
Oh,
Did it
I
hurt?
remember. It's the pain sound. Yeah. Now, what if you want to say I don't have, you don't have? How do you say that? Do you know, Eva? Do you remember?
Eu nu am.
Exactly. Eu nu am, tu nu ai, el, ea nu are. And so you just put nu between the pronoun and the verb. The nice part is that this has a lot of short forms. So I'm going to ask you for the short forms for each. So Michele, how do you say I don't have in the short form?
Eu n-am. N slash, yeah.
Yes. I always say N minus because it's
N
easier
minus,
to.
minus.
Yeah. Eva, you don't have.
Tu nu ai.
Nu ai, and the short form, nai.
N-ai.
Joey, he, she doesn't have.
No clue. I think nare.
Yes, exactly. So you see, it's pretty logical. Katie, we don't have.
N-avem.
Nave. Michele,
N-aveți. Voi n-aveți.
naveți. And
No.
Eva, now. All right. So how would you ask someone, what do you have there?
Ce ai acolo?
Ce ai acolo? I don't have anything.
Nu am nimic.
No.
Nu am nimic or n-am nimic. Oh, that sad song, I ain't got nobody. How would you say that? I don't have anybody.
Nu am nimeni.
Almost. Nu am. And here we need a preposition with accusative that we're going to talk about later, but it's just funny, so I'm going to tell you anyway. Nu am pe nimeni. I don't have anybody. Yeah. How would you say I weigh 60 kilograms? It's literally I have 60 kilograms.
Eu am 70
60.
kilo. 60 kilo.
It's above 19, so what do you need?
De kilo.
De. Kilograme. Okay. Okay, now how would you say to need something? Literally to have a need. Do you remember the word for need?
Eu am nevoie.
Nevoie. Yeah, so you have o nevoie, două nevoi. That's a need. And the expression is a avea nevoie de.
De.
Yeah, to have a need for something. So how would you ask someone, what do you need? And you start with this preposition. That's very important.
De ce ai nevoie?
Now you start
De
with this preposition. Yes. De ce
Avea
ai
nevoie?
Listen.
Ai nevoie.
De ce ai nevoie? What do you need? De ce ai nevoie?
And
So
if I say ce vreți,
that sounds very rude. What do you want?
oh, what do you want?
Very direct.
You need to follow it up with get lost, Michaela.
So Michele, de ce ai nevoie? What would you reply?
Nevoie,
You need to say I have.
eu am nevoie de o bere.
Okay. Am nevoie de o bere.
Want a beer?
Katie, tu
No,
de ce
no,
ai...
I need a beer. I need a beer.
Aha. Katie, tu de ce ai nevoie?
Am nevoie de o cafea.
De o cafea. Okay, now let's turn it around. What don't you need? How would you ask someone what they don't need? Joey, any ideas? What don't you need?
De ce nu ai nevoie?
De ce nu ai nevoie? Joey, tu de ce nu ai nevoie?
Eu nu am nevoie o bere.
De, don't forget de.
De bere.
Am nevoie de o bere. Ok. Eu nu am nevoie de stres. Nu am nevoie de stres, ci de o vacanță. I don't need stress, I need a holiday. What if you want to look tough and you say, I don't need anything? Eva, any ideas? I don't need anything.
Nu am nevoie de nimic.
Nu am nevoie de nimic. Okay. Now, what is the word for... Yes,
sorry,
Michael.
could I say Nu necesie de nimic.
You could say nu necesit nimic. That sounds a bit formal. Yeah, a necesita. Yeah,
Nu necesit nimic.
Nu necesit nimic. This is formal.
Okay.
I mean, people will understand, but they will think you sound a bit pretentious.
Yep.
Nu necesit nimic.
Yep.
What is the word for mood? Also slang for party. Eva, you should know the slang for party because you were a volunteer in. Yes, that's the regular word for party, but in slang, it's the same word as mood or appetite.
Pofta.
No, I'm sorry, it's the other word.
Appetit.
It's kef.
Kef.
That's right. I have forgotten completely. It's been 8 years, you know.
Yes. It means it's time to go to a party. Eva.
Yeah, I miss Cluj, you know. It's like I need traveling, but it's not happening right now. So
I completely empathize. So it can also mean slang for party.
I thought, Claudia, that eu am chef de o bere means I strongly need a beer. I want to have a beer.
Exactly.
Really?
I'm in the mood for a beer.
Oh, I'm in the mood for a beer. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So kef means mood. So this is what I was getting to. To be in the mood for is a avea chef de. One important mention. De goes with a noun. And if you want to say that you feel like or you need to do something, then you will say să plus a verb. And this is conjunctive that we will do much later. So I advise that when you come across this question, you answer with a noun because it's easier and you don't need to think about a different conjugation for the verb. So, for example, how would you say, I feel like a party? I feel like having a party.
Chef the party.
O petrecere. So notice here, o petrecere is a noun. And if you want to say, I feel like going to a party, it would be am chef să merg la o petrecere. Yeah, and that să merg is conjunctive that we will do a long time from now. So you don't need to worry about that. How would you ask someone, what do you feel like? What are you in the mood for?
Ce chef.
Don't forget the important. Yes.
De ce ai chef?
De ce ai chef? See, like, de ce ai nevoie, de ce ai chef.
Yeah,
These are symmetrical expressions. De ce ai chef? Katie, tu de ce ai chef acum?
Am chef de o apă.
Okay. Am chef de o apă. You could say that. I feel like water. As in, I feel like drinking
If
a
I
glass
went
of
to
water.
the party, maybe I did.
Am chef de un shot de Jäger. I have come to the conclusion that it's impossible to enjoy Jäger shots at home. They just don't have any taste. It's no fun.
For my generation, it is unbelievable that you can eat a shot Jäger, you know? This is something awkward.
Oh, why?
Because Jäger is something my parents did drink after eating, and we just did flee from Jäger and then suddenly bars popped up with Jäger shots. I mean, how silly can you be to shot Jägers? You get instantly drunk.
Do you?
Insane.
Yes, but then imagine vodka. That's even stronger, huh?
Yeah, but maybe you have a less severe headache, believe me.
Okay. Bon. Now let's review a little bit of vocabulary. We had some very specific vocabulary for this unit, so it's basically a collection of random nouns, but it's good that you know them because they're common words and you might come across them now and then. So for example, how do you say a car?
O
Machina. Or machina.
O machina. So
Sanitate.
Noroc.
That's a witch.
The machine. I will always give you the plurals because it's good to learn them together so you don't get overwhelmed when we get to the plurals because there are 100 rules for plurals. So the best way is to just learn the plurals with every noun. A room.
Or camera.
Yeah. O camera, două.
Camera.
Camere. Yeah, room or hall. How do you say television?
Televizor o televizor.
Un televizor. Două televizoare. Yeah. How would you say computer?
Calculator.
Un calculator, două calculatoare. Yeah, computer. How would you say dog?
Câine.
Un câine, doi câini. Yeah, dog. How would you say store, a shop?
Magazin.
Un magazin, două.
Magazine.
How about a bicycle?
Bicicletta. O bicicletta.
O bicicletă, două.
Bicicletta.
Yes. Let's see what else we have here. A restaurant.
Un restaurant.
Două. Restaurante. How about a weekend?
Un weekend.
Un weekend, două weekenduri. How about a course or a class?
O clasa.
Un curs, două cursuri.
Cursuri.
Class, course. A coffee.
O cafea.
Cafea, două. Let's see if you know this one.
Cafeaua.
Cafele.
Cafele.
Yeah. Right. What else is interesting? A holiday.
Vacanța.
O vacanță. Două.
Vacanțe.
Vacanțe.
Chai.
How about a number?
Un număr.
Un număr? Two numbers?
Numărul.
Numere. A hotel.
Un hotel.
Două hoteluri.
Hoteluri.
Means o vacanza means the weekend, not the holiday.
No, holiday.
Holiday.
Weekend is here. It's like in English.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
weekend or
Yeah, yeah.
weekend. How would you say a guitar?
Chitară.
O chitară, două
Chitară.
chitare. How would you say camera?
O
Michaela knew this one.
Aparat de foto.
Un aparat foto. Or you could say o cameră foto. And the plural is două aparate or camere foto. How about sunglasses?
Ocleari de soare.
Yeah,
Oclear.
ochelar.
Ochelar de soare. Ochelari de soare.
Yes. And it's masculine plural. Always masculine plural. Backpack. What's the word for backpack?
rucsac.
Rucksack. Un rucksack. Două
Rucsaki.
sacuri. Beanie, yeah, hat for the winter.
It's with C, but I forgot how it is.
Yes,
Cachula.
yes, o căciulă, două
Cachula.
căciuli. Yeah, I will say beanie because I don't know a better word for it.
Winter hat.
Yes.
A woolly hat.
A cat. How do you say a cat?
Opisic.
Yeah, o pisică. Două
Pisic.
Pisiche. Pisici.
pisici. A year.
Un an.
Un an and 2 years.
Două ani.
Doi. It's
Doi
masculine.
ani.
A week.
O
O
săptămână.
săptămână. Două săptămâne.
Săptămâni.
Săptămâni.
Yeah. What else? An apartment.
Un apartment.
Un apartament. Două.
Apartamente.
Yeah, două apartamente. Bine. So this was a little bit of vocabulary, just a small part. For example, let's think about some more. How would you say page?
Pagina.
O pagină. 2 pages.
Două pagine.
Două pagini. How about a book?
O carte.
O carte.
O carte.
O carte.
Două cărți.
Yeah, două cărți. A place. Like as in a
Un
spot.
oraș.
Sorry?
Un oraș.
Loc.
Loc. Okay.
Un loc. Două.
Locuri.
Yes. Place. Morning.
O dimineață.
O dimineață. Două. Dimineți.
Dimineață.
Yes. This is why I'm advising to learn the plurals with them because they're very hard to predict. How about a clock or a watch?
O ceas.
It's a neuter, so it's un.
Ceas.
And 2 clocks or watches?
Două ceasuri.
Două ceasuri. Clock. Can also mean hour. Yeah. How do you say, by the way, did we have hour? No. How do you say an hour?
O ora,
O ora. And 2 hours?
2 ore,
2 ore. That's an hour. How do you say a half?
jumătate,
Yes, o jumătate.
or
Or
jumate.
informally jumate. Yes, that's informal. And 2 jumătăți.
Jumătăți.
Yes, that's half.
Tăți.
How do you say a quarter? Yes, sfert. So it's un sfert and 2 quarters.
Sferturi, 2 sferturi.
Yes, 2 sferturi.
Sferturi.
Quarter. How about a minute?
O minută.
That's very antiquated and poetic, o minut. I think Eminescu had poems. If you've heard about Eminescu, our national poet, he used this word minuta, but then he was a poet, so he was allowed to bend the language rules however he wanted. So un minut, 2 minute. Yeah. So minuta means minutes, and minut is minute, one of them. So you see where I'm going with this. The next theme is telling the time. What number is this? 7?
Yep.
We don't have so much to go. I think we will stay until 7.5. Yes, so 20 more minutes, and we'll be done with the review. Telling the time. Now, give me all the questions about time that you know. How can you ask someone what time is it?
Ce ora e?
Ce oră e?
E.
Câte ceasul?
Cât e ceasul? Eva, citi?
Aveți ceas?
Aveți un ceas?
Aveți un ceas?
What else can you ask?
Ce e timp? Works that?
That's very philosophical, like what is time? Ce e timpul?
Cine e timp? No, cine?
Who is time?
Cât e
Like
timp?
philosophy already.
They're all valid questions, Michaela.
You could also ask cât e ora?
E ora, cât e ora?
Yeah. Cât e ora, cât e ceasul, ce oră e, and aveți un ceas? All right. So, Michele, cât e ceasul acum?
Acum este 6.
Elveția.
În Elveția acum este 18 și 11.
How do you say 11?
Yeah.
How do you say 11?
11.
11 or 11. But you can't say 11.
Oh, I said 11. 11.
Yes, you said 11, but this is not correct.
No.
It's 11.
11.
Yeah, or 11.
Yeah, 11.
Yeah. So, 18 și 11, or how are other ways that we can say this?
6 și
6 și
11.
Or you could say 6 și 11 minute. Or 18 și 11 minute.
Can you say 11 minutes past 6?
Well, this is what it means. There is no other way.
Okay, you can't formulate it the other way.
No. Or you could say ora 6 și 11 minute. How would you say it's A 7:15.
E 19 și un sfert.
Yeah, or 7. Yeah, but how do you say it's 7:30, 7:30?
E 7:30?
E 7:30, or if you want to say it less formally, you could just say, what is the short way of saying this?
De jumătate.
E 7:30. Yeah, you could just say e 7:30.
Can I say it's almost 7:30, saying e 7 și aproape jumătate?
Yes, or yeah, aproape 7:30. This would sound more fluent.
Aproape 7 și jumătate. Okay.
Both are correct. So yeah, 7 și aproape jumate. This sounds a bit strange to me as a native speaker. So I would say yeah, aproape 7 jumate. Or 7 și jumătate. How would you say it's precisely 11?
Este 11 fix.
Yes. Joey, what did you want to say?
I just said e ora 11.
Yeah, e ora 11. And if you want to say precisely, then it's what Michele said, you add fix. Fix. Precisely.
But why would I say it's 11 when it's not really 11?
Well, you don't need to say it's 11 when it's not really 11. This is just a language exercise. It doesn't have to be real. What? Okay. How would you say it's 22, whatever, 20 minutes to 10?
E 10 fără
10 fără
20.
20. Yep. So what does fără mean?
Less than.
Without. Yeah. Without. And yeah, but how do you say it's a 9:45?
E 10 fără un sfert?
Nice. You guys are doing great. I'm very happy. Okay, now let's see something about time limits. So that means from this to this. And remember, we had some rules on depending on the type of time-related words that we used. So, limite de timp. So, for example, how would you say from 8 to 4?
Ora 8 până la ora 4.
De la ora 8 până la ora 4. Or if you want to shorten this, you can also say it in a simpler way. De la 4.
Yeah.
But how would you say from morning till evening?
De la dimineață?
It's not de la anymore.
Just the dimineața.
Yes. De dimineața. Notice what I did here. I took dimineață with a, which is a regular word for morning, and I put a definite article. So I replaced a with a, and it's dimineața, de dimineața. It's like saying from the morning.
Până seara. Până seara.
Yes, până seara. De dimineața până seara. How do you say from Monday till Friday?
De luni până vineri.
De luni până vineri.
Vine.
So the rule here is, if we have hours, then it's de la, până, which is optional, la, from, until. If it's moments of the day, like morning, evening, noon, night, and days of the week, then we have de, până. See, so it really depends on the category of the word. And then we have one more category. How would you say from, I don't know, January to June?
Din.
In ianuarie.
Din ianuarie.
Până în
Până în
iunie.
iunie. Yeah. How would you say from 2010 to 2020?
Din 2010 până 2020.
Până în
În.
2020. Yeah. So if it's months and years, you have din and până în. There is an easy way to know whether you should use în. You see it here in din. So din comes from de plus în. Yeah, de plus în is din. And then there is symmetry. Am I spelling it correctly, or do I need a double M?
Double M.
Okay. So there is symmetry. So if you have un on one side, you will need un on the other side. Does this make sense? So because I said de un, I will need to say până în. So if I have this preposition on one side, I will need to have it on the other side too. And this happens with de la again. It's the same principle. You know that you need to say la because you begin with de la. So the symmetry principle asks that if you have this preposition here, you also need it on the other side. And notice in the middle, you don't have anything, so then you don't need anything on the other side.
Okay.
Does this make sense?
Yeah.
So whenever you hear din, you know that contains the word un, and then you need the symmetry with un on the other side. Whenever you hear the la, you hear that it contains la, so you know you will have la on the other side. Okay. How would you say, from what hour do you have a class tomorrow? I know this sounds clumsy in English, but it makes sense in Romanian. From what hour?
Din ce oră?
Din ce oră?
No, because it's an hour. It's not with din. Din is just with years and months.
De ce oră?
No.
No?
Oh, it's de la oră.
Yes. So whenever you have this kind of question, you think, what category does it go into? Is it years and months? Is it times of the day and days of the week? Or is it hours? And in this case, it's hours. So de la până la applies. So from what hour do you have class? De la ce oră?
Right.
Ai curs.
Yeah, de la ce oră ai curs? Beginning with what month are you on holiday? Literally, from what month are you on holiday?
Din ce luni?
Din ce lună?
Lună ai vacanță?
Yes, ai vacanță. That would mean you have time off, or ești în vacanță. I'm writing it like this just so that it's exactly like the question in English. But it's correct to say din ce lună ai vacanță. From what year are you working? As in, what year did you start working?
Din ce an lucrez?
Yeah. And how would you ask, since when are you here? Since when?
Din când ești aici?
No. Remember the word for when?
Care?
That's which.
Oh.
Când.
Când. And since
That's what I
when?
said.
De când.
De când.
De când ești aici?
De când ești aici? And how would you ask until when? Until when are you here? What's the word for it? Până.
Până când?
Până când.
Până când. Until when? And de când, since when? Okay, we're almost finished. We almost covered everything. So some very punctual things. We're still dealing with time units and more questions. Do you remember how to say already?
Încă.
That's still.
Deja.
Yeah. Do you remember that French expression for
Déjà.
Yes, déjà. We can think of déjà vu, which means already seen, yeah? So déjà, it's literally taken from French. Déjà, already. And still or yet? That's what you said before.
Ja, încă.
Încă. Yeah, still or yet. Okay, good. So how would you ask someone, are you already at the office?
Ești deja în birou?
Okay, ești deja la birou.
La birou.
If you say in birou, then it's a very visual image of someone crawling inside the desk. Okay. And how would they reply? No, I am still at home.
Nu sunt încă acasă.
Yes. Nu, sunt încă acasă. So how would you ask someone, are you still in town? Are you still in town?
Ești încă în oraș?
Ești încă în oraș? How would you say, I am already at home?
Sunt deja acasă?
Sunt deja acasă. I'm already at home. How would you ask someone, what date is it today? What date?
Ce data ești azi?
Este.
Este
Ce dată este azi? Eva, ce dată e azi?
E 30 din
Without din. Just say the month.
noiembrie.
Aha. E 30 noiembrie. Can you say the year too? Without the.
2020.
Yeah, just 2020. Da. How would you ask someone, in what year are we? Literally, in what year are we?
And chance suntem.
În ce an suntem? And how would you reply? Katie, how would you reply to this question?
2020.
Suntem
In
suntem încă în 2020. Nu suntem încă în 2021. See? We are still in 2020. We are not yet. What did I write there? No. That's also
We're a long
true,
way.
by the way.
We're a long way off that.
That's not so near.
So this is a prime example of how încă can be interpreted in different ways.
yeah,
So we are still in
not yet.
and yet, not yet. Yeah, so all you can do is deduce from the context. If it's with a negative, then it's not yet. Yeah. All right. I think this is enough. Congratulations, we have covered. We have like 8 pages of notes. I'm very proud of you for sticking with me so far. One more thing before I let you go. I'm going to ask you to put things in the past. Yes, and that's important. Okay. I will not ask for anything complicated, but I want to make sure that you know how to put things in the past. And all you need to do is remember those modified forms of the verb to have. Mm-hmm. And the past participle for each verb. So if we take a fi, yeah, to be, let's say eu sunt. What is the past participle?
Fost.
Oh, what am I doing? No. No, okay, I have to delete this because, okay, something happened. Fi, to be, and then we have the past participle, which is fost, and every verb has its own participle form that you can use for the past, and that's something that you can memorize. For most of them, you just add a T or an S at the end, and that's it. Some of them slightly change. A fi is a special verb because it's the most irregular in the entire language. So, eu sunt. Eu sunt. How do you say I was?
Eu am fost.
Eu am fost. Tu ești, Eva?
Tu a fost.
Tu ai fost.
Ai fost.
Yes. El, ea, este. And then, el, ea.
A fost.
A fost, yes. And then, noi suntem.
Noi am fost.
Da, noi am fost. Voi sunteți?
Voi ați fost.
Da, voi ați fost. And ei, ele sunt?
Ele sunt. Ei, ele au fost.
Au fost. I'm sorry for the screaming. I will be gone soon. So all you need to remember is this: am, I, am, ați, au. Okay. Thank you for today. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next module and at the free review 2 days from now.
Mulțumesc mult.
Thank you guys. Bye bye.
O seară bună.
Bye bye. O seară bună.
Pa, pa.